we've had a whole lot of conversation about the facts, or at least the perceived facts or alleged facts about what has occurred or what exists in Mar-a-Lago, what doesn't. But remember, we're still dealing with a 50% or something redacted document, affidavit. The whole point here is the power of Congress to demand information from the executive branch for us to do our oversight responsibility. That's why we're here. The gentleman from Texas, my friend Mr. Gomer, articulated very well why we should be bound together as members of Article 1 to defend the powers of Article 1 in this context. I ran afoul of a few of my colleagues and the former president when I agreed to a subpoena on the Oversight Committee because I wanted information about where kids were being held after the issues at our southern border. I wanted that information. I'm fairly public about my belief in the need to secure a border for the betterment of Americans and migrants, but I wanted that information. Article 1, primacy, not supremacy, but it is Article 1. There's a reason I introduced the Article 1 Act with my friend Mike Lee, saying that we should limit executive power and executive emergency power. We should be bound together here in wanting to demand information and be able to get it. And as my friend from California pointed out, the FBI, the power of the FBI can be used and is used often to destroy lives. We will talk in a minute about a different issue about Scott Smith from Loudoun County, who was kind of exhibit one, or certainly one of several exhibits in the now fairly infamous letter from the National School Board Association in direct coordination with the White House, which led directly to the Attorney General of the United States issuing a memorandum that is still in effect, and under which we know from whistleblowers American citizens have been tagged as domestic terrorists. That is the power of your Federal Bureau of Investigation under the Democrat Attorney General of the United States.
And you're running cover.
And you're running cover for them. And we're sitting here right now simply wanting to see the entirety of an affidavit so that we can do our oversight duty, our job. If there's some concern about that not being able to be seen by the public, we can march down to the SCIF right now and go look at the fully unredacted version. What in the hell are my colleagues afraid of in seeing the full unredacted version?
SCIF will leak it.
The American people right now are tired of seeing the power of government being used against them. When we say we want to see changes at the FBI or rhetoric like defund or break up the FBI, as my colleague from North Carolina said about breaking it into 94 pieces, as a former federal prosecutor in a United States Attorney's Office, I absolutely respect the many men and women I worked with going after bad guys. Something I wish my Democratic colleagues would more often like to do, by the way. But the power centralized in the FBI under the Attorney General of the United States being used to target American citizens is something that the People's House, the People's House Judiciary Committee, should be keenly concerned on a bipartisan basis to try to protect. And again, I want to bring this back to the simple point. This is a request of information of the executive branch from a member of Congress elected by 750,000 American citizens in Arizona to say, I'd like to see the entire affidavit. And my colleagues on the other side of the aisle are against transparency. Against transparency. They like to use slogans, people over politics. Well, why don't we put people over politics and actually use the power of Congress to seek the truth? I yield back.
If you enjoyed this video, hit like and subscribe to our channel so you'll be sure to see similar videos from BlazeTV with the added bonus of signaling YouTube that your voice and opinion still matters. And if you're looking for more great conservative content, check out one of the 2 videos suggested here.